Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is who is currently thinking about you. So I'm going to be tapping into the collective of you guys and I'm going to be taking a look at the overall energies of who has you on their mind. Whose mind are you living in rent free? So we have 4 piles for you guys to choose from. The first pile is the blue calcite. The second pile is the carnelian. The third pile is the sunstone. And the fourth pile is the pyrite. So see which crystals you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual. And I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey Pal One, welcome to your reading. So today we are taking a look at who is currently thinking about you. So you guys chose the blue calcite. I'm going to pop that up here and we're going to get straight in. When I was tapping into your energy, you guys, like when I was tapping into the collective of you, I was strongly being taken to the sacral chakra. I was literally being shown the color like my nails. That was literally the color that I was being shown. Normally I would see that and I'd go, okay, my pal ones are probably going through an expansion in their sacral chakra, but I'm also just being taken to the person that is currently thinking of you. I do feel like whoever this is, they either feel very sexually connected to you. It could be someone that you've been intimate with in the past, or they do think of you in that way and think of being intimate with you, whether it's a new person, whether it's someone from the past. There is this essence there, like there's a flare there that they have in regards to their own sacral chakra in regards to you. That was just something that came through straight away. It didn't feel like there was an expansion in the sacral chakra. That was just something that came through, but we'll see. Getting into the cards. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1, the blue calcite pile. Who currently has pile number 1 on their minds? Who currently has my pile number 1s on their mind? Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands and we have Strength. Okay, let me just lay 2 more cards and I'll get it in. Pile number 1. Who currently has my pile 1s on their mind? Ooh, okay, those cards I think wanted to be seen, so I'll use those cards. I just heard just one last time. 4 of Pentacles. Do you remember that group, Swedish House Mafia? I'm sure that was a song that they had one last time. 4 of Pentacles, the lovers. Yeah, I do feel like this is someone from your past, to be honest with you, or it's someone new. Because I feel like there's a little bit of a mixture, but I will tap into the energy fully now. It could be somebody new that's wanting to step towards you and feeling very lustful after you, are having these energies towards you, or feeling quite emotionally connected to you, but not wanting to reveal themselves yet, or being more connected to the physical world and wanting to hold back a little bit. But the reason I feel like it's someone from the past, I am picking up that energy, as well as in the back of the deck coming through to kind of confirm it a little bit with the 8 of Cups. Pile number 1, who has currently got my pile number 1s on their mind? Whoever this is, pile number 1, and we're gonna unravel it together, but this person sees you as a firecracker. We have the Leo energy here, and then we have the Queen of Wands here. You know, there's a lot of fire energy coming through, and I feel like that's how they're viewing you. They see you as somebody that, I don't know why, but there's a reference coming through that they like the way that you speak, they like the way that you talk. You may come out with like really funny things or really random things, and I feel like they really enjoy that. There's something about that. I just heard spicy, so that's how they're looking at you, like someone that's, I just heard Cardi B's song I Like It, and she sings, they call me Cardi something spicy something. I can't even remember the lyrics now, but I do like that song. But I Like It just came through by Cardi B. Like that's how they're referencing you. And Cardi B is an Aries moon, you know what I mean? She comes out with the weirdest things, and I feel like that's one of the reasons a lot of people like her. And I just feel like this person's looking at you like this firecracker, someone that is really like they're almost looking at you to light up their life. You know that song, Relight My Fire, Your Love Is My Only Desire? Who sung that? Was it Westlife? Could have been someone else, but I know that song because my mother used to listen to it, and that's what I'm hearing in regards to you. Like this person sees you as a bundle of joy that they're wanting to step towards, and I feel like that does overwrite how do I explain this? Obviously, there's more to you, but I feel like your essence in itself feels intoxicated to this person, so it overwrites a lot of like depth that then goes on behind that. So it's not even a case that this person's projecting onto you or looking at you in an ideal way. It's just they're not looking at you fully. They're looking at you as someone that is very fun, can light up their life, really funny, someone that they can have a laugh with, somebody they're very sensually drawn to, sexually drawn to, like that you are someone like that, and someone that's just like a firecracker and kind of will put them in their place. However, what I'm being told in my spirit, because spirit's then wading in and saying, you guys, pal number one, have a lot more to you. There's also a sensitive side to you. There's also a deep side to you. There's also an intuitive side to you. You're actually very intelligent, but this person isn't seeing it because your light shines so bright and they're not able to understand those depths. So they're just taking what they can connect to, which is, do you know how they're referencing you? You know when you would go to like a play when you were younger, and this would happen to me, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but you know when you'd go to the theatre, you'd go to a play, and there'd always be like that one person, like that one character that would catch your eye, and for any reason it could catch your eye, but like for me, I always used to love their outfits and stuff, and I would like, you know, have that main character energy when I walked away from it, wanting to be like that person, right? So this person's always looking at you like the main character of a play, and they're kind of like watching and they enjoy it, but it's like there's almost this feeling of being too nervous or scared to go up and meet and greet the character on the stage, or being too nervous and scared to join in with the character on the stage and create their own play. Like there's a feeling of that. It's like they're looking up to you, they're seeing this ray of light, but then they're not wanting to it's almost like they don't even feel like they would even understand how to physically step towards you. I'm hearing Fantasy by Mariah Carey, sweet, sweet fantasy baby, like that's what I'm hearing. So it's almost like you're a fantasy to them in a way. They're not revealing who they are, but I knew this would happen, so I've got my Deviant Moon Tarot so we can go deeper and really take a look at who they are. But this is how they're looking at you, and I do feel like it's either a connection that never got off the ground, a connection like somebody from the past, like an ex, or it is someone that's wanting to step towards you but doesn't know how to yet. That's how it's coming through. But with the Eight of Cups, it's making me feel like you would have stepped away from this situation, walked away from this situation, because what's coming through, pile one, I feel like you may be my water pile, because when I actually tap into you, like I see this, but I also see the other side of it, and I see so much depth and so much emotion to you. And I feel like in regards to like a partner specifically, I feel like you're someone that needs emotional depth. It doesn't matter if they're not as maybe connected to spirit as you. It doesn't matter if they're not as financially successful or whatever. It's a case of like, I connect to people through depth and depth of the emotion. I feel like your emotional center is at the forefront. Your emotions are at the forefront. That's the body you feel most comfortable in. You have a very beautiful big heart chakra, and that's where you connect to people the most. Anything else is just part of you, but I feel like that's your basis. And this person's almost like crossing over that basis to get to like the lighter side, the sensual side, the fun side. They're not actually seeing your depth. And I feel like with the Eight of Cups, walking away from emotional fulfillment, I feel like you have moved on from this person, because I don't feel like this person supplied you or supplies you. Maybe you've decided recently that this person doesn't supply you with any depth that would really make your heart sing. Yes, they can give praise. Yes, they can do these things, but it's like, it almost feels like it's not enough, because it's like, I don't want a flame. I want to build a house. I don't just want a little bonfire. You know what I mean? I don't want just like a little lustful, I'm hearing Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. I don't want that. I want like a deep connection with someone. I want to build with somebody. And I feel like you're almost looking at this person like, I couldn't build with you. But how they're viewing you straight away, Queen of Wands, strength, like someone that's in their essence, someone that's in their power. I feel like this person feels like you have a lot of qualities that they lack. And that's why they're so drawn to you. Very much so. I want to pull these cards to go deeper, because I want to give you like I feel like you'll know who this person is, but I want to get deeper into like the shadow aspect of it as well. So let's go deeper. Spirit guides, who currently has pile one on their mind? This person fantasizes about a connection with you a lot. They keep showing me Fantasy by Mariah Carey, but then it's like, because I know that song, and then I hear Lato's song Big Energy, like those two songs then are kind of coming through. And even in her like remake of the song Big Energy, like Lato sings like, I've got that real big energy. So I just feel like you have a very expansive aura. I feel like you have a very consuming aura. I feel like you do light up a lot of people. I feel like you either have a lot of fire energy in your chart, yeah, I feel like you have a lot of fire energy in your chart. If you don't, that's fine. You could have a lot of fire in your sidereal chart, your draconic chart, but that's something that a lot of people pick up from you. Like you feel like you could be like a motivational speaker or someone, like you are a guiding light in a way. But I feel like the more you're tapping into your power, it's like you're coming into, like, this person's looking at you as main character energy, and I feel like you're stepping into that. So that's kind of what they're looking at right now, and that's why they're drawn to you. Who is currently thinking of my pal ones? Who has my pal ones on their mind? We have the Six of Pentacles straight away. I'll get into it now. Let me just lay these. Someone's wanting some of your loving. Pile one. Someone's wanting some of your loving. I just heard the August Alsina and Nicki Minaj song No Love. And in this, I feel like this may have been a connection from the past, because when they're talking about that song, I remember watching the video, and the whole basis of that song was August was a bit of a playboy and he wasn't able to commit, but then Nicki Minaj, who was his supposed girlfriend, like, she wanted him to commit and she had love for him. Whereas it's almost like that the reference in that, like, the past, it's like they're wanting a bit of the heat, but then they're not wanting to actually like sustain the heat. It's like, I want it, and then when it burns out, I'm not gonna like light it again, I'm gonna look for it elsewhere. And I feel like that is an essence that this person has. So I would want to be careful with this person, because this person's chasing highs. I'm hearing the song Chasing Highs. This person may be going through a lot right now. I'm actually being told, like, this person's going through a lot, and this person looks outside of themselves for a lot. Like, this person looks outside of themselves for their value, their self-worth, nurturing, love. They almost want someone. It's like, I'm being shown like a kid with building blocks, and like something doesn't go their way and they'll kick it over, but they want someone else to build the building blocks back up. This person sometimes will lack responsibility for their actions, and I feel like this person doesn't realize they do it because it's a part of their shadow self being pushed to the forefront. But this person doesn't realize they do it, but then I feel like they might end up hurting people and treating people not very well, and it's like they don't mean to do it, it's not their intention, but they're looking for bits of light that can only be found in themselves, and it's kind of cutting them up in a way. So then they're looking at you, then like the sun in the sky, showing me the Teletubby sun in the sky, and then it's just like trying to like pull on it. But there's something with this Four of Pentacles about right now them not wanting to be seen. You might have given them a lot of love in the past, and now maybe you're not. Maybe they've noticed a switch in you. Maybe they've tried communicating with you and you haven't been interested. We have this Eight of Cups here. Or maybe they can just energetically feel like you're not that interested. You are moving on. Maybe they're watching you pour into yourself and be in this strength energy. But whatever the case, it's like they're watching that. And it's like, it's actually, even though they're wanting to step towards you, it is triggering them in ways, I'm being told, because it's like, they may have seen where you both had wounds and would play the back and forth, but now that you've elevated, it's like they're not able to like do-si-do with you anymore. They're not able to go around the merry-go-round with you. And it's like, it's all fun and games when we're both doing it, because in their mind it's like we're both as bad as each other, but now this person's had enough and moved on and I'm still doing it. So now I feel inadequate that this person was able to like shift and alchemize out of this situation, and now I'm still here, and I don't want to admit that I'm still in this space. I don't want to admit at the fact that I'm still drawn to this and I'm too scared to build on this. I don't want to admit that. I feel like you guys maybe have done a lot of inner work and they haven't, so it's like I don't want to show them that I haven't done the work that they've done, so I'm gonna maybe keep at bay, or I'm gonna mask myself right now and hide from that, or kind of stay away from this person right now, because I don't feel like I've done the necessary work to stand next to them. It's like they've really elevated now. They're out of this circle and this cycle, and I can actually see it and I can energetically see it. And to me, that's embarrassing because I haven't done it myself. So that's actually why the Four of Pentacles is here. That's how it's coming through. This person looks for fire. Like I'm being shown their way of look. I don't know if they're like Venus Scorpio or something like that, but there's just this energy of them looking at love sometimes. And this isn't for all Venus Scorpios. I'm just looking at all signs have like a lower vibration and a higher vibration, and I'm looking at the negative traits of it, the lower vibration, and it's something that they haven't alchemized. Whether they have Venus in Scorpio or not, maybe they have a lot of Scorpio placements, maybe Cancer placements too. Whether they have it or not, there's this essence that's showing me Harley Quinn and the Joker, when the Joker says, you're the fire in my lines, or whatever the case. Like, it's that when you look at the Harlequin and the Joker, it wasn't a healthy connection. They were back and forth. There was just so much that went on, and it was like unhealthy. It was like this intensity, and then it broke down, and it's almost like they're still looking for that. They're still looking for it, but they can see you're wiser to it. So it's like, oh my God, this person's growing up. And they're almost looking around at their friends as well, I feel. Oh my God, everyone's growing up. Everyone's sorting themselves out. I'm still going on in circles. They may even be looking at other like exes and going like, this person's grown up. This person's sorted themselves out. This person's, you know, lifted themselves up, and I'm still here. So there's an essence of that coming through. But right now, if you have social media, they are watching, because I'm being shown them sitting in an audience, looking up at the stage and watching somebody dance. Like, that's how they're almost showing me the energy right now. Pile number 1. Who is currently thinking of my pile 1s? 6 of Swords. Yeah, this person has a lot of baggage that I just feel they have no interest. This is the thing, they have no interest of healing that baggage, because to do inner work, and I feel like you guys would know this, to do inner work to heal wounds, we have to take accountability of self. We have to really take a hard look at ourselves in the mirror and take a look at where we were. You know, it takes 2 to tango sort of thing. Where was I not having good enough boundaries for them to be pushing them down? Why was I allowing that person to step over my boundaries? Why was I allowing this? To do that inner work and get to that truth, you have to take accountability of where you were messing up. This person does not want to take accountability for all of these things. This person does not want to look at parts of themselves that are wounded and insecure and heal them. This person doesn't want to. And even though they can see you may have done that and now you're in this strength energy, there is this essence of like, with the Queen of Wands here and the 6 of Pentacles, it's like, I don't want to work for my pentacle. I don't want to put in that graft. I don't want to have to do that inner work to align with you. I want you to wield your magic fire wand, and I want you to lighten me up so I can have this strength energy and be relieved of my burdens without me having to do anything. That's how it's coming through. I do feel, pile 1, now that we're getting into it, this person may look at you as some sort of healer, someone that they can... I feel like they run to people to do stuff for them, and it's all, I think they think of themselves, but it's very self-serving, but it's in the sense of like, this will help me, this will help me, this will help me, instead of like, the only person that can really help me is me. So they're almost looking to you like, oh wow, you're shining, you're in your strength energy, I wouldn't mind some of that. Like, that's how, and it's like they're being inspired by you, but then it's also triggering them. And Spirit's telling me the word jealousy. There is a little bit of jealousy then coming through. I don't like this part. It feels a little bit unhealthy, but they almost are looking at it like a competition. Oh, you're having fun and you're feeling free right now. I'm not. Damn it. Like, it's almost coming through like a competition. I feel like that's how they may look at life, in ways, like a competition. So that is something that's coming through. And you see how it's like a full moon here, like looking at this guy, it's like he's prolonging the release. Like, you know what I mean? You've got the fire down here, and instead of actually putting the fire out, can you see there's like a fire here? Instead of actually putting the fire out, he's just getting on his hot air balloon and flying away. He's not wanting to put that fire out, not realizing that there's a lake below him, and he can literally get, you know, a couple of cups or whatever, get the water and put the fire out. He's not doing it. He's flying away from it, doesn't want to deal with it. I'm flying away in my hot air balloon. I don't want to deal with it. And that's what this person's doing. 100%. And when we look at, like, there's 2 lots of 6s here. 6 is ruled by Venus. What they're avoiding is pains in their heart. Unworthiness of love. Like, that's what they're avoiding, but they're not wanting to deal with it. Pile number... King of Cups. Am I putting that upright or upside down? Upright, okay. To step towards you, they would have to admit to some things that would probably cause and trigger a little bit of a healing for them. They're avoiding it like the plague, because with the King of Cups here, it's like, I'm stepping towards this person again. This person isn't gonna allow me to step back like I used to. I've got to come like this King of Cups. I don't have enough in me to give this King of Cups. I don't even know how to step up like the King of Cups. And I was hoping this person wouldn't step into that Queen of Cups, in which I'd have to. But you see how the cups are representing emotion? We have swords here and pentacles, but we don't have any emotion. You're stepping away from emotional unfulfillment. We have literally the cups here. It's like, I don't have what this person would need of me even though I really want this person, so I need to stay away until I feel like I have it. But their way of staying away is like, it's more so procrastinating, because the more they're avoiding maybe speaking to you, maybe you argue, maybe you don't speak, sorry for the noise, guys, but the more they're staying away from, sorry guys, that distracted me. The more that they're staying away from you, they're avoiding something. So maybe they owe you an apology, maybe they owe you an explanation, or maybe it's just a sense of, I step towards this person, I know I'm going to get triggered in some ways, but whatever it is that they're avoiding, whatever it is that they're avoiding, it's something that would cause them to heal, and that's why they're stepping towards you, because it's like, if I step towards them, I've got to admit to something, or I've got to heal something, or I've got to really take a look at myself, and I don't have it in me yet, and that's where it's kind of at. I would like to be the King of Cups, but I don't want to do the work, I want someone else to do it for me, sort of thing. And maybe you poured into them in the past, but I feel like you've learned that, like, you're not their healer, or you're not that, you know, saving grace, like, you're not. And I feel like they're aware of that now, that you kind of have been that for yourself, and it's like, oh, they've done it for themselves, and now they've stepped away, and I haven't done it, and I don't want to lose face and lose pride that I haven't done it too. So I'm going to step away until I can understand the situation. So there is avoidance here. They're avoiding actually speaking to you. Pile number 1. Who is currently thinking of my pile 1s? Please, spirit guides. Oh, what are people doing today? We have the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like in the past, this connection was imbalanced, in the sense that I feel like a lot of you guys were, in regards to them, working through a lot of wounds. So there was like shadow selves of each other triggering each other that would stop the higher selves of each other making a go of it, or staying in something committed, and it would all kind of fall through. I'm hearing the Kanye West song, All Falls Down. I don't feel like this is something that's solidified, and if it did, I don't feel like it lasted too long, or you may have gone round in circles over the same thing. 5 of Cups at the back of the deck as well, which I'll place underneath this card. But what I'm being told now is, even more than ever before, this connection is imbalanced, and it's not because of 2 people stepping out of shadow. It's one person in their power and saying, you want to step to me, I'm in the energy of receiving, let's see what you've got. And I feel like in the past, maybe you gave, they received, and now it's flipped, like you're receiving. And it's, I wouldn't even say that it's a sense of like, I'm going to give to you. It's a sense of like, this person mirrors a lot of wounds that you would have had in the past. So say now you would look to other people for self-worthiness, their validation, self-love before looking at yourself. This person actually had that too, and they would jump into connections where they would mirror that with other people. They wouldn't see the worthiness in themselves, so they pour it into other people because it was more comfortable. And I feel like you've learned and healed to not be the overgiver and be comfortable receiving, because maybe in your childhood, maybe it stems from childhood, or a connection, you know, in your earlier years where it was like you learned to overgive because that was the only thing that would keep you safe. Maybe you had narcissistic parents growing up, or maybe you just dealt with a lot of people that would have you in that sense of wanting to overplease and overgive. And I feel like they've had that same wound, but with you, it was like you'd kind of like overgive to them, and then they'd be happy just kind of like taking what they needed, but they wouldn't go too deep because receiving for them was a trigger. So then they'd run and go with people where they could play out something that was more comfortable for them, where they would overgive and the other person would receive. Whereas now you're in that sense of like receiving energy, and you're in a more balanced state. And this person, I feel another reason that they're being drawn to you is they're wanting maybe to do what they've done in other connections towards you, but I see like you can see through it. Like that's something that I'm being told. You can see through that 100%, because I feel like you've done the work. So that's caused like an imbalance within themselves now. And I feel like you, like I said, stepping off that merry-go-round has made them realize how unhealthy their actions are actually being, but they have no intention right now of healing. Maybe in the future, we always hope that people heal. Just right now, when I'm tapping into it, they are doing a bit of soul searching, because I do feel they're in a bit of a lower vibration, which makes me feel they may be going through depression or something. They may be dissatisfied with life. I'm being told for some of them, chickens have come home to the roost, whatever that means. So they are feeling quite low, but the fact that then they're looking to you like this, it's like they're still looking for escapism in something else instead of actually seeing that strength within themselves. They're still not doing it right now. They're scared of conflict as well. Do you see, like, she's screaming at him and the wine's tipped over and the rose is on the floor. There's almost this energy of like, I don't know when I keep hearing you're not giving me enough. This is not enough. So maybe they just like breadcrumbed you or gave you little bits and then pulled away, because there's this essence coming from you like this isn't enough. But I feel like I feel like if you did argue or anything like that, you may have just said, look, this is where I'm at, this is what I deserve. If you're not going to give me that, I am going to have to step away. But this person's way of looking at it is through triggers. So they're almost showing it to me like, this person shouted at me and what I gave them wasn't enough. And now that they feel like they're too good, like it's an energy like that. It's like, oh, how dare they sort of thing. When I don't feel that that's the case at all. There's two sides to every story. And I feel like they're almost referencing like if they spoke again, it would like result in some sort of argument, and they know that, and they're kind of like avoiding the trigger of it feels. But then they also are looking at your social media and thinking of you. So I think it's something that they do have to deal with. They're just trying to not deal with it right now. That's the only way I can explain. But they're very drawn to you. I'm hearing the Selena Gomez song, Back to You. I want to hold you when I'm not supposed to, even when, oh, what was the lyrics? When you're lying close to someone else, you're stuck in my head and I can't get you out of it. If I could do it all again, I'd go back to you. That's the lyric. But they're not, Spirit's saying this to me, like, it's a frustration within themselves. Like, they're not stepping up to the plate. They're not doing it. They're not stepping up to the plate. You're bringing steak and chips and potatoes and lobster or whatever the case to the plate, and they're like, here's my one peanut. You know, that's not like appropriate, is it? They're like bringing like one carrot or something, and it's just like, well, this isn't enough. Like, this is just not enough, like, at all. And they're not wanting to deal with having to grow their own little harvest to bring. It's like they're not wanting to deal with it. They'd rather avoid. They're comfortable in their shadow right now. They fear change. They may have a lot of fixed energy. I was picking up Scorpio, but could have Leo, Aquarius, Taurus as well in their chart. They fear change a lot. Like, really fear change. Whereas I feel like you embrace change, at least now. We have seek a union of mind and spirit. I'll pop these here and then I'll channel these cards as well. Pal number 1, who is currently thinking of my pal ones, please, spirit guides. I wanna hold you. Why do I have to knock the camera and fight my tarot cards? Okay, the minstrel, let your intentions be known. Did you know what it is? This person's actually quite romantic. It's just like, I'm scared to act it out. Like, they're actually quite romantic. I feel like they fantasize a lot. We were hearing Mariah Carey fantasy, weren't we? So this person does fantasize a lot. They're almost romanticizing this situation, because this is reminding me of like Romeo and Juliet. I'm hearing love story now, Taylor Swift. Like, they're almost romanticizing it, like the love that couldn't be, but it's like they're fantasizing about it. Like, it's just what they do in their head, sort of thing. Like, they do that. So they have like an idea of love, but I feel like it's not grounded, and I feel like they're scared to even bask in that. So I feel like this person likes conflicted love. This person likes the thrill of the chase. This person likes the back and forth. This person likes again, like I was saying, the Harley Quinn Joker. This person likes the fire and the back and forth and the not knowing and the damsel in distress. Like, this person likes that. They enjoy that. It's part of like a bit of fantasy and then shadow kind of like mixed together. And I feel like that they still live in that. And I feel like you've kind of grown up and come into that practical sense, and they're like, I'm still here though, you know, I'm still here in this daydream land. It's reminding me, there was an episode of The Office that my sister was watching the other day, and I came in and I sat with her, and I normally get engrossed with what she's watching, and I don't know what episode it would have been, but Michael, he was talking about, he thought the girlfriend that he was with was cheating on him, and they were saying to Michael, like, you do over romanticize things, Michael. And then he was like, I live in my own fantasy and I live in delusion and I like it here. Like, leave me alone. And he was like kind of admitting that everything to him is like a delusion and a fantasy, but he likes it and he likes to live in that. And I feel like that's this person, like they do love to live in that in a way, which isn't going to bring them to happiness, as we're seeing here, because there's definitely some things this person needs to unbind themselves from. I feel like Spirit's helping. Fate has blocked this path for you, hindrance. I feel like you've been very connected in this situation, to be honest with you. With the autumn leaves around the butterfly here, I do feel like you are, again, 8 of Cups, looking at this situation like it's in the past, you know? It's in the past. It's burnt away. The flame's kind of burnt out. I feel like you still hold love for them. That's something that I'm being told. You still hold love. You still think that... You still see the light attributes, but you're not ignoring the dark, and you have deemed this not healthy for you. And I feel like with the butterfly energy, you have... moved forward. You see how she's holding a crystal ball in the card? It's like, I feel like Spirit have really guided you through this and helped you step away. And I feel like their spirit guides are quite close to them too. I feel like they ignore their intuition like crazy, but their spirit guides are really helping them too to kind of... I feel like your higher self may even work in tandem with their higher self to help them overcome certain obstacles. And I feel like maybe you energetically pick up on that sometimes if they're going through something, you know, because your higher self may be working as a guide for them. That is something that I'm being told for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine, but for some of you guys, if you feel that, that's why. I feel like you are working with them as a spirit guide in some sense, your higher self, but there's a lot of energy around them trying to uplift them right now and get them out of, they feel stuck in the mud sort of thing. And I feel like there are spirit around kind of like helping them, but they feel a little bit of a lost cause right now. I'm hearing Billie Eilish's song Lost Cause. Pile number... I'm also hearing Sugar at Night by Jessie Reyez. That's another song. Pile 1. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. Who's thinking of Pile 1s? We have the key. Locked doors can now be opened. Okay. I feel like this person's almost biding their time until they feel like they're either ready or they feel like they can step towards you. They're almost like, I'm going through like a phase right now, but I know I'll jump up from it soon. And when I'm in that phase and I have something to show for myself, then I'm going to reach out to this person. Not until then. I need to hide until then. Like, there's a feeling of that. So maybe they'll try and, you know, contact you at a point where you, where they feel either relieved of a lot of the burdens that's going through them, or they feel like they've got their mojo back. Like, that's a feeling. It's like, I would be embarrassed to step towards them now. I need to wait. Like, there's a feeling of that. With the air card as well, seek a union of mind and spirit. They're not connected to their soul's essence at all. I feel like that the higher self's there, and I feel like they pick up on intuitive messages because, believe it or not, this person is quite intuitive. They just ignore it a lot. This person's very indecisive. They may have a lot of Libra in their chart. Mercury Libra, Venus Libra, Mars Libra, Moon in Libra. Like, there's a lot of indecisiveness here, which stops them from listening to their intuition. And I feel like their shadow does come through a lot, and they feel like they weigh up a lot of options. It's funny because they'll weigh up their options, but then usually go for the one that isn't going to bring them the most happiness. It's like they'll overwrite their own intuition. Sorry for the noise, guys. My next door neighbour had his whole shed roof blown off, and I think he's trying to fix it, so that's a little noise outside. But with locked doors can now be open. That's what I feel is like they're biding their time until they feel that they've crafted their key enough to be able to unlock the door to this connection again. They're biding their time is what's happening. The back of the deck, we have the moon. You will be guided through darkness. I do feel as well they do think back to you because you were a light in their life, and with them feeling the way that they're feeling, they kind of feel a little bit numb. Either the thought of you or looking at your social media, it is, again, going into their fantasies, like I feel they do a lot. It's giving them a little bit of relief to the darkness that they do feel that they're in. I feel like they're in a void phase. Maybe something's crumbled down around them. They may be in a void phase, but they're looking to you as the light right now. But remember, like, and I don't feel like I need to tell you to remember, but I do want to say it just in case, you're not their healer. they need to get themselves to this point the same way you got yourself to this point. This person didn't, you know, coax you into this healing. You did it yourself. You're not their healer. They need to they need to go within. That's a phase that they need to go through. They are resisting it by any means necessary. But what's done in the dark comes to light. And with the moon card here and all of the full moons at the bottom of the deck, like, we have it here as well. It's like there's healing that they're resisting, but it's still taking place. And you're not just their saving grace. Like, you have so many more layers to you. Don't let them just look at your light and want to pull on it when there's so many other layers to you as well. Is a message that I'm saying to you, me. But yeah, I feel like you'll know who this is by this point. So Pile 1, I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope it resonated for you, and I hope I was able to bring you some kind of clarity. Hit that thumbs up and comment down below if this did resonate for you. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking of you. So you guys chose the red carnelian. I'm going to pop that up here, and we are going to get straight into the reading. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we'll make our way onto the oracle cards. So spirit guides, please can you tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s, the carnelian pile. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s? Who is currently thinking of oh my god, you see that card just jumped out? That just leaped out of my hands and I didn't even shuffle that bit. Queen of Cups. Okay, pile number 2. Who's currently thinking of my pile number 2s, please, spirit guides? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s? 4 of Wands. Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing a puppy or a dog. If someone just recently got a puppy or a dog or thinking about it, I don't know why that came through. I almost feel like it's also coming through, like, spiritually, like, from the spirit realm. There's an animal coming through. If it's a dog, it feels like, but if it, you know, it's a collective energy. So if you can relate that to another animal, then do it if it feels right for you. It would either be a dog or a cat, but this animal is coming through. They're not even coming through to say anything. They're just letting you know in a very subtle way, I'm here. So if this animal would have, it could even be an animal that's still with you now on the earthly plane, but they're kind of referencing, like, you may not feel me or see me, or even if they're in the physical plane, you may not, I may not be the cuddliest, I may not give you the most affection. I'm here, I'm protecting you. And there's almost like a hand and then a paw going over it. You know when you saw Shrek, and like it would be like Shrek's hand, and then Donkey would put his hoof, and then Puss in Boots would put his paw, and they put the hand in. It's like that. There's like a paw going over your hand, like, I'm here, like I'm definitely here, and I'm with you. And there's a soothing sense from them, like, I am soothing and helping, whether you realize it or not. Is a reference coming through. So take that, whether it's an animal in the physical or an animal in spirit. It's like, I am here, I'm with you, and I feel the connection. I am here. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Yeah, I'm actually being told, some of you guys, and they're more so wanting me to just talk about you for a sec before I get into the reading. I feel like some of you guys are going through a bit of a low phase right now, whether it's a dark night or whether it's just you're going through a little bit of a winter phase, and they're saying it's okay to grieve. They're referencing that there's this essence that I'm hearing the saying, this too shall pass. The tower may be fallen, you'll be able to build again. There's a reference of that too, and I feel like spirits around you soothing you right now. I don't know if you're healing something big, or there's a wound coming up, or maybe you've just done it and you're just dealing with the remnants of it, or maybe you're doing some inner work or shadow work, but there's such a soothing energy around you, pile number 2, not just from this animal but from your spirit team. It's like a light bluey blanket going around you, and I feel like there's a lot of soothing and cleansing energies going on that maybe you don't see right now, but it is happening. I feel like you're really supported right now, and I wanted to get that through because that's a message that really wanted to, like, be pushed through for you guys today. Like, you're okay, and there is not an ounce of you that's going through what you're going through alone. they really want me to say that. Like, even if you don't feel it, maybe you feel like your psychic gifts are cut off a minute, or you're not feeling the love right now, it's okay. Some of you guys are getting rebooted in the heart chakra. Remember, it has to be turned off to turn back on with the updates. But either way, whether you can feel spirit or not, they are with you. There's this strong reference they keep wanting me to reference. You are not walking this alone. We're here. So whoever was doubting that, or feeling lost, or feeling in that winter phase, that had to come through. That wasn't for you, that's fine. Just let the message flow to whoever needs it. But that really wanted to come through. Pile number 2, please. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Who's thinking of my pile number 2s right now? Who is thinking of my pile number 2s right now? We have the 4 of Cups. Who is thinking of my pile 2s right now? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s right now? I just should who sang this? It wasn't Ed Sheeran, and it wasn't Justin Bieber. Who's the guy that's like Justin Bieber but not Justin Bieber? Shawn Mendes. Girlfriend, Camila Cabello. You know the song I Know What You Did Last Summer? I just shared that now. I don't know the lyrics, so I only know I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's the only bit that I know. But that song came through. Just played lightly. We have the Knight of Cups. This is either... Okay, what's going on here, spirit guides? Pile number 2. Who's currently thinking of my pile number 2s? Have you argued with someone, or have you drifted from someone, or has there been a misunderstanding? Because there's almost this essence of like... There's a sorrow and a bittersweetness coming through in regards to who's thinking of you. They're referencing it to me like 2 people, they start off here, they meet. They may have triggered some things, but there was love there regardless from both sides. Life happened, and either it was like 2 passing ships in the night, they both went that way, came back, and it was a back and forth, or whether it just happened once, but one was going one way and one was going the other way. But there is this essence coming through pile 2 of someone like, I didn't mean for it to go the way that it did. I didn't mean for us to not be speaking like this. I didn't mean for my shadows to cause what's happened. And this doesn't have to be a relationship. This can be a friendship. I am also being taken to like a parent or a family member as well. Like there's someone almost looking to you like, I'm hearing it's too late to apologize sort of energy, like more so from like they're taking accountability for something. I don't know if you've argued with a family member or a friend and said, this is how you made me feel. But there's a reference of someone that would have contributed to your pain, which has then contributed to your healing. And do you want to know what it is? When I tapped into you guys and I felt a healing taking place, I feel like it's the person that may have contributed to something that you're releasing right now. And I feel like you're both healing the wounds at the same time. It feels, and this person's almost like, I really shouldn't have done what I did, or I'm starting to see where I contributed to this. I'm starting to see that I want to apologize. Is it going to be enough? And there's a bittersweetness coming from this person, because if it is a relationship, if that's what you guys can contribute it to, it's like there's almost this bittersweetness of like, we could be together right now if that didn't happen, or we could be together if we weren't worried about this or thinking about this, or if I wasn't focused on this, we could be together. And now everything, I'm hearing the song, and it's another song I don't know the lyrics to, but I know of the song. It's an Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift song, and I know they sing something like everything has changed, and I think that might be the name of the song. But I remember the music video, and it was like Taylor and Ed Sheeran were like together, and then they break up, and then years later their kids become friends, and they pick up their kids from school and they meet, and I'm hearing the song Everything Has Changed. So there's this essence of like, we've grown too far apart, we've made our beds and planted our seeds in different parts of the forest, and it's growing now, but it's like a bittersweet. Like, I wish things would have gone different. I wish I could have still been connected to you in some sort of way. Like, I didn't want it to end the way that it has. Like, it didn't need to go that way. And there is like there's a sincerity. Like, when I was tapping into pile number 1, there was an energy of someone knowing what they'd done, but it was like they were on their BS still. But with pile 2, it's like they feel sincere. This person feels sincere. They have actual love for you at their root and their base. For some of you guys, it's a parent thinking of you. Because whatever wound it is that you're releasing right now, it's mirrored in them. And it's something that they're working through. Let's get deeper before I get even more into it, because what's coming through, it's almost like I need to get to the basis of it and get to the shadow of it and really see why they're drawn to you. So I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot to get straight in, because I'm almost being told before I even start going deep with this like symbology of the cards, get these cards out. So I'm going to pile number 2. Who is currently thinking of my pile 2s? Please, spirit guides. Yeah, I just heard missed opportunity. There's like bittersweet energy. Why did I have to move? Why did I have to go and move here? Why did we have to disconnect the way that we did? Why didn't I step up as a friend? Or why didn't I step up as a parent? Why didn't I step up as a sibling? Why didn't I do that? Like, there's a blaming of self as well. But it's like, they're blaming themselves, but it's aiding in them taking accountability for why they may have gone wrong. And I feel like they're not going to hold on to the blame. They will transmute it, but they have to feel that essence of maybe frustration towards self to be able to dissect it. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please. You know what I'm being shown? You guys know I talk about it on my channel a lot, like how much I love Doctor Who. Like, it's my favorite show ever. But I'm going to show you what they're showing me, because there's a scene. There was one companion, right, called Rose, and she was like beloved by the whole fandom of Doctor Who, and she quit, so they had to obviously write her out, so they give her this storyline, right? So Rose, the companion, and the Doctor, who was like the main character, they travel in time and space, they're great, whatever. But then what happens is there's like a parallel world, and Rose gets sucked into the parallel world. I'm not going to get into the details because I know you're not here for an episode of Doctor Who. But anyway, she gets sucked into the parallel world. And there's this scene that I love, and it's just like this white wall, and Rose is one side in the parallel world, and the Doctor is the other side, and they're like pressing their faces against the wall, but they're like worlds apart, even though they're in the same place, but parallel world wise. And it's like this essence of like, this love is still there, but we're not even in the same frequency anymore. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm hearing as well Broken Strings by Nelly Furtado. That's another song I'm hearing. Pile number 2. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 2s? The Magician reversed. The Magician reversed. Okay. I just hear a facade can only last so long. So whatever it is that this person may have done to you, and like I said, we're going to get into it. It's like, do you see all these shadows in the cards here? Do you see all the shadows in the background? Let me get it to focus. I feel like this person may have been engulfed by shadows, engulfed by negative sides of their ego, but it's like that can only last for so long before truth comes through, and you have to deal with your own essence. You can go around manipulating, you can go around wearing a mask, but at the end of the day, your true self is going to come through at one point, and you are going to deal with your heart, and you're going to deal with these emotions. And I feel like that's something that's happening for this person right now, pal 2. I feel like they are dealing with some things. There's almost this feeling of like this tower that I was trying to keep up, it's fallen down now, and now while I'm wading through the mess, I'm finding bits and parts of me that feel like missed opportunities, sort of thing. Like it does feel like that. Pile number 2. Who is thinking of my pile number 2s? Queen of Pentacles. Who is thinking of my pile number... Who's thinking of my pile number 2 is the Page of Pentacles. There's almost this feeling as well, like I could reach out, I could offer an apology, I could even tell them that I know what I did. What's it going to do? Because I can come with this pentacle from the mess that is the tower, and I could hand this to them. I don't think they'd even want to know at this point. And quite frankly, there's even a feeling of like, quite frankly, if I was them, I wouldn't want to know. Like that, there's almost this feeling of like taking accountability and seeing your side of it. Maybe they've been dealt the same cards that you were dealt in this situation, so now they're like, oh, I get it. I actually understand it now. Yeah, no, I get it if they wouldn't want to talk to me. I actually understand it. I wouldn't want to talk to me. So there's a feeling of that as well. Because maybe they're feeling what you've always allowed yourself to feel, but maybe you've been able to alchemize it, and now they're only dealing with it now, and it's like, oh, well, this sucks. Like, that's what I'm being told to say. Well, this sucks. Like, this isn't understanding the error of their ways. It almost feels like pile 2 is pile 1 continued a couple of months down the line, or pile 1 continued if the person decided to do some work, which I didn't expect, because normally it's like 4 different piles, but that's how it feels. It feels like pile 2 is a continuation of pile 1 in the future. Oh, I put them the wrong way. Oh, wait, do you know what? I feel like that was symbolic. I'm going to keep it like that. Art. Okay. Pile number, one more card from this deck, please, for guides. Who's thinking of my pile 2s? Who's got pile 2 on their mind? Judgment reversed. Yes, this is a missed opportunity. We have the Judgment, but it came reversed. Yeah, this person feels like this is a missed opportunity, a missed connection. We also have the 8 of Swords, which is also reversed. And when we look at the 8 of Swords in the normal tarot, it's a girl tied up and bound. But when we look at the 8 of Swords in the normal tarot reverse, like how this came out, what happens then is what was holding her back is now lifted, and she's able to see clearly. And that's exactly what's happening for this person, which is why we have the Knight of Cups, them wanting to give an apology. But there's this essence of it wouldn't ever be good enough. Like, what could I possibly say at this point? And because of that, they feel gutted. Like, they feel like, oh, like, I've really made a mess of things here. This was someone that was really good to me. This was a bit of a rare gem, and I've realized that they were a bit of a rare gem. But with the 7 of Cups, it's like I picked the wrong cup, and that's how they're feeling. And I don't feel that there's any real essence in picking the wrong thing, because I feel like everything teaches us a lesson, and I feel like you two were meant to share something and trigger things in each other to help you both become the best versions of yourself. And I feel like what happened, I do feel, was written that way to happen in that way. But it's like with the 7 of Cups, it's like this person's looking at it that way. I picked the wrong cup, and this person was, for me, if this is a connection, it's like this was, a soulmate, or this person really would have done good by me if I stayed their friend, or this person really would have done good by me had I kept them in my life, given to them the way they gave to me. And I didn't take, I took them for granted is the essence. And the fact that you chose the carnelian stone, like, when we look at these crystals, when we look at how they relate to certain chakras, and we look at the carnelian, and we look at the root chakra and the basis of it, beyond the root we build. And it's like they've created this tower, but it's fallen down. All they have left is the root. So now they're seeing the essence of what this connection really was, without the facade, without the projection, without all of that. They're seeing that, and they're looking at you now with this Queen of Cups. They're looking at you as someone that's very emotionally in tune with yourself, someone that can really give a lot, someone that has a lot of qualities that they really like and would want in somebody, or someone in their life at least. And it's like, I was so cut off to that, I didn't even see it. And now it's way too late, because there is this feeling of I shouldn't have done what I did. When we look at the Magician reverse, this talks about like conceit and being manipulative, and I feel like this person may have done manipulation tactics, because in ways I feel like this person didn't know what they were doing, but in other ways I feel like this person was aware of like a power play, or aware of how they were treating you in some ways. But in that moment of time, I'm not going to say they couldn't care less, but it was just an essence of they were more focused on themselves and not how they were making other people feel. They were more focused on themselves, and because of that led to you being hurt, but it led to you expanding and becoming this Queen of Cups. And now they're seeing you fully like that, and it's like, I know where I did wrong. 4 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know whether you've built something for yourself since the last time you spoke. Maybe you've really stepped into your essence. Maybe you've really done a lot of inner work. We do have the 4 of Wands here, which is taking me to the 4th house. Maybe you've been working from like inner child wounds and things like that. Maybe you've been building a business. Maybe you've just been building yourself up. But whatever the case, they're seeing this 4 of Wands, and it's like, and the Queen of Pentacles is like, they build this 4 of Wands, this celebration that they're going through right now, this happiness, they're building it for themselves. where would I even fit in here, and what could I even offer this person? Like, do you see how he's holding a spanner and a pentacle, and he's got things on the floor? He's even got 2 wrong shoes. You know what I mean? He's like, what could I really offer here? Anything that I would offer this person would not be interested in. And there's this feeling of it. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for disliking me. I don't blame it at all. I don't blame them for not wanting to talk to me if they didn't want to. However, that doesn't stop me from wanting to step towards them, because I get it now. There's this feeling of I get it with this 8 of Swords reverse. I get it. I understand it now. So that's what's creating this bittersweetness. 100%. I keep hearing Broken Strings as well by Nelly Furtado. I'm hearing Rolling in the Deep by Adele for some reason. I don't know the lyrics very well, so I can't tell you the lyrics. But that's something that I'm hearing as well. Anything else before I pull on the Oracle cards? Because I feel like there's more, but this person almost feels... you know when you're just not connected to much, and you kind of, you know when you do something and you know you did wrong, and you can't even beat yourself up about it, because it was like, I knew better and I still did it. I'm just gonna have to lick my wounds and deal with this. Like, that's how they're feeling. It's like, you know what, I knew not to do this. I knew better. I knew not to burn my bridge with this person. I knew and I still did it. So there's this feeling of like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat. Like, this is how they're feeling. They're getting really real. Like I was saying with the carnelian crystal, it's the root and nothing else. They're getting really real with themselves. So they're not like, oh, well, I did it because of this, I did it because of that. They're not even, it's just like, I shouldn't have done it, point blank, period. I should not have done that. There has been a bit of growing up in this person, pile 2, since the last time you spoke. Maybe it was a friend. I'm hearing Nobody's Perfect by Jessie J. And I used to love that song when I was growing up. And the reason I liked it was because my friend had a dog, and she didn't want me to tell anyone that she got a dog, and I did, and she stopped talking to me. We were only like 10, and that song came out, Nobody's Perfect, and I used to listen to it because she wouldn't talk to me, and I really felt the lyrics as a 10-year-old, and the lyrics were, I hate that I let you down, and I feel so bad about it. I know karma comes back around, because now I'm the one that's hurting, and I hate that I made you think that the trust we have is broken, so don't tell me you won't forgive me, because nobody's perfect. So that's a song, Nobody's Perfect, Jessie J. That song is coming through. They're understanding the error of their ways. This person's almost feeling a little bit humiliated, but it's nothing to do with this situation. There's something else that's kind of like the chickens have come home to roost, if that's the saying. Like, there's something else that's happened that they're embarrassed of or ashamed of, or feeling a little bit humiliated. So I don't know if they've been cheated on, whether they've been cheated bad. Maybe they've been focusing on something money-wise, and maybe it fell through, and that's something. But there's something about them having to embrace that side of themselves, which is allowing them to then embrace this. Because there's something of having it all and then not having it, because it was an illusion in what they would have been chasing. And I feel like it was something they had to learn to go through, to understand more of their essence. But that's something that is coming through. What's the word when you apathetic? Is that the word when you just don't care to feel much? Apathetic. Someone can buy you the best cake in the world, and you're just like, okay, it's a cake. Like, you don't feel anything. I think that's the word. I forget words when I channel. Words, it's just spirit speaks to me in energy, and the dictionary goes out my head. I don't know words, but that's how I feel like they're feeling. They just feel like they haven't got brightness for much. They're really dealing with a lot. I wouldn't say they're bullying themselves, but they are like, well, I've just got my karma. It does feel like that. Oh, wow, this kind of hurts. Like, that's something. And maybe the higher self is feeling the weight of you healing, and knowing that they would have put you through that. It could be that as well. Because I feel like you may have been in each other's dreams as well. So that's something that's coming through. They'll get up from this phase. It's just right now they're dealing with a necessary look in the mirror that they've been avoiding for some time. This really does feel like a continuation of Pile 1 in the future. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Who is currently thinking of my Pile 2s? Again, this does feel like a family member too, though. Someone you might have had to cut off family-wise. And still that song keeps playing, Nobody's Perfect by Jessie J. And she sings, I never meant to hurt you. I know it's time that I learned to treat the people I love like I want to be loved. This is a lesson learned. She literally sings that. I feel like that song might be a little bit healing for you. So if you want to listen to that, definitely go. So if you don't feel called to, that's fine. But it's Jessie J, Jessie. Nobody's perfect. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. What is going on? We have the talisman. You are destined to succeed. Who is currently thinking of my pile? They see you as somebody that's very pure, with a very beautiful heart. The green in this is shining out to me, which is the color of the heart chakra. This person sees you as somebody that has a very pure intentions and a very pure heart. Like, that's how they're seeing you. You have a lot of love to give, and they are referencing that. It's like, I couldn't see it, or it wasn't what I was looking for in the past. I put my intentions into things that what I thought were going to bring me abundance but didn't. Like, I'm hearing the Janae Aiko lyric, if everything is dipped in gold, and baby, it will never grow. Like, they're referencing like a bird, like in shiny things, but realizing that that doesn't always last at all, and that we can like these things, however they're not going to lead to like full happiness, because that comes from within. And funnily enough, I was talking about your heart. We literally have love with a big golden heart here. True love and fidelity. So they're almost referencing like, what I want is someone to really see me and understand me, and now I'm realizing that that's really what I want, and this person actually supplied me with that when they were in my life, so why didn't I just take it? That's how it's literally coming through. And I'm careful with these things, because sometimes people don't reach this point. Sometimes people don't reach a point of them realizing where they messed up. Sometimes people go on to just live happy somewhere else, and sometimes we don't get that essence of this person getting their karma. It does happen. So I don't like to sell something and be like, oh, well, this person's gonna get the karma if they're not. But this is literally an essence that's coming through here, pile number 2, of them understanding, because I don't feel at heart this person was a bad person. They were just chasing, I wouldn't say the wrong thing, is because they were the right things for them at the time, because they taught them what they know now, and had they not gone through it, they wouldn't know what they know now. So there was a reasoning for it. But it's leading them to them having their heart kind of open themselves, and them really going on a bit of a soul search. And I feel like you have contributed to this person doing that. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides, the shield. I feel like you've been really protected in this situation, pile 2, because you have a very pure connection to your own heart and, you know, your own love. The shield, you are safe from harm. Yeah, I feel like because I feel like whether it was a family member or a friendship, there was a sense of you didn't get too close, because I feel like your kindness and your heart would have been dried up in a way from just them taking. That's something that I'm being told, pile number 2. So it's like you were shielded. If it was a connection, it didn't go too far. It crumbled before you were really just taken for a ride in a way. You may still feel like you were, and that's totally fine, because I feel like enough happened for you to build on yourself, but it was shielded enough that it didn't have to go too far, whether that's friendship, family, anything. This is someone that's learning the error of their own ways. I have to be honest, I am feeling it, but there's not this, I want to say, like, the energy here is important in the sense that it's not, they're not feeling all of these feelings and all of this. It's not like that. They have an apathetic feeling to them, like, I'm not feeling much, I'm just going round in my head right now. Maybe they'll feel it deeper down the line, but right now it's like everything around them, it's like, I don't feel anything but these feelings of guilt. And I feel like the more they're following that lead, it's like a ball of string going around and around and around until they reach the core of it. And I feel like it may get a bit heavy. Maybe when it gets heavy, they may even reach out to you, but they're following a little bit of it, and they may not even choose to go all the way around and heal it at its core, but it's coming into their awareness. They are feeling that bit of guilt. Whether they'll shift their pattern, that's up to them. And I'm not being told a yes or a no. It's their free will. But it is something that they're becoming aware of. Pile number 2, the Sun. Your perseverance is rewarded. There's something you're doing or something that you've done that they're looking towards you like, oh, wow, like, well, you did that and you feel really good. They may even be like, that person was always really happy and full of love. What did they do that I didn't do? Oh, they just felt their emotions and they were really vulnerable. Oh, well, it seems to have worked for them because they're really happy now, or at least they seem happy now. Well, you know what? If they felt it, then I might follow suit and do it too. So they may even, just from your own healing, or just from your essence alone, decide to heal themselves, some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Maybe you've been on a healing journey. So they're seeing that and going, oh, wow. Maybe they even hear that you've been on a healing journey. Maybe you reference it. You could reference it on social media. You could, people could hear about it. They could just be seeing the outcome and seeing that you're not doing certain habits anymore, and they're aware of it, and they're like, oh, wow, that person's really, really happy. They're really doing well. Maybe I should do it too, sort of thing. So they may end up turning inwards just because of your light. It's like when we talk about healers and people guiding people, it's not that we force them to heal. We just heal ourselves and shine the light and hope other people will too. It's like that candlestick and the flame, lighting all the candles on its way. So it's like, it's a reference of that, like your influence may cause them to soften up in a way, or cause them to go on a bit of an inner journey. I'm being told. We have water at the back of the deck. Yeah, look at that. We have emotions at their peak. I feel like there's a bit of calm before the storm in that energy right now, because it begins with the realization, then you follow the white rabbit to the healing, and then you unravel and it can get deeper and deeper and deeper. Will this person go all the way around that? We hope so, but we don't know. You would probably know that it's quite a delicate journey. It's a hard journey. It's a tumultuous journey. Will they do it? I don't know, but I feel like you have definitely influenced them in some way, or your essence in itself is having an influence because they're looking at you with this golden heart here. I feel like you love because you have a strong connection to the divine, and I feel like that's how you're tapped into that true essence, and they're almost like, instead of trying to grab a bite of it, they wouldn't even let me in their life now anyway. Maybe I should try and get it on my own, sort of thing. And I feel like that's where they're at, pile number 2. But right now they feel very apathetic. They're kind of just sitting in what feels like numbness. But as you guys know, the more you dig deep into that, the more you can come to realizations. And that's what they're thinking of right now. There is some guilt and they're taking responsibility, and that's why they're thinking of you right now, pile number 2. So that is what I had for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you clarity. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking of you. What was I going to say? Who is mind that you living in rent free? There we go. I couldn't get that out for some reason. But you guys chose the Sunstone. We're going to put that up here. And we are going to get straight in. So I'm going to start with Tarot, and then we'll move in with your Oracle cards. What I chose to do with this reading is start with the normal Tarot. And then I've got the Deviant Moon Tarot, because you guys know me in this tarot deck. I love it because it shows the darkness and it shows their hidden parts of people and the shadow of people. And I feel like with this type of energy, tapping into who's thinking of you, we want to tap into who's thinking of you, but we want to know why too, because we're nosy. So I brought that deck out too, so we can really take a look at it from a full perspective. So yeah, let's start. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 3. Do you have Leo placements, or do you have a lot of 5th house placements? I feel like you're very connected to your inner child. Very connected to your inner child. I'm hearing the Michael Bublé song, It's a Beautiful Day. I don't know why I'm hearing it, but that's coming through. I feel like you're about to have an expansion, maybe in your solar plexus soon. or maybe you're having a lot of transits in your 5th house. There's just this energy of you connecting to your inner child and wanting to play and seeing the wonder of life again. Maybe you've been seeing life a little bit dull recently, but there's this essence and this warmth coming through that's on the horizon for you, or even coming in right now, or maybe you're in it right now. Maybe you're feeling really good watching this, but I'm being shown the sun shining, and then I'm hearing it's a beautiful day, and I'm hearing the SpongeBob song, it's the best day ever. And he sings it's the cutest song. He sings at the beginning, Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. He said, it's going to be a good one, just wait and see. I'm laughing because it reminds me of my little cat Jesper, because my sister shuffled a song and said, what does Jesper want us to know? And that song came on. I don't know why it was on a playlist, but it was. And she shuffled it and that played, and it makes me think of him. And I'm hearing that, like, I feel like there's joy coming in. Happiness coming in. I feel like you're seeing the wonder and the creativity of life again, and seeing life through the eyes of your inner child again. There's a lift of something coming. They're saying there's something being lifted from your being because you're transmuting it, or you're coming to the tail end of purging something that's been going on for a while. So there's like, what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. There's an essence of that coming through. I feel your inner child about to take the forefront in your life, whether that's through creativity or just seeing the wonder of light and playing. But that's what I'm picking up straight away, pile 3, when I tap into your energy, which is lovely. Pile number 3. Who is currently thinking of my pile 3s? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s? We have the Tower, and we have the Hierophant. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s, please, Spirit Guides? Who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s? I am picking up a bit of jealousy coming through, pile 3. Whoever it is that's thinking of you, there's a bit of jealousy coming through. Pile 3, who is currently thinking of my pile number 3s? Yeah, someone's looking at this 10 of Pentacles that's on its way in or about to come in, and somebody's feeling pretty envious of it. That's this energy. And you know what it is? You chose the Sunstone, which is connected to the solar plexus. And like I was saying, I see some expansions going on there, but the thing about the solar plexus is it is connected to our worthiness. And I feel like there's something that just you being in your essence, or you doing something creatively, or you tapping into you living your best life, or tapping into your best self, it's triggering somebody's insecurities, is what I'm being told. The back of the deck is the 6 of Cups. At the back of the deck. Okay. I don't feel... Right, whoever this person is, they either know you or knew you while you were going through a Tower moment. Maybe they stepped into your life when you were in the winter phase of your life. Maybe they stepped into your life when you were maybe a little bit insecure. Maybe they stepped into your life when there was a lot of Tower moments happening. Life was dealing with you with a couple of curveballs. Or it could be someone from the past that knew you while you were going through stuff, and they're no longer in your life where you're at now. But whatever the case, Spirit's referencing this Tower, and do you know what it is? Spirit's saying you haven't just been through one Tower moment, you've been through a lot. I feel like you've really alchemized and shifted and had things fall down, built it back up, it fell down again. But I feel like it was teaching you stamina. I feel like it was teaching you your strength. It was showing you your strength. It was showing you who you were. And I feel like it's built character. There's a Saturn influence about you as well. It's funny because even though I'm picking up this inner child energy, there's also this kind of like you're protected by Saturn in a way. You may have a lot of Aquarius, Capricorn placements. I feel like you may have like Saturn in the 10th house maybe. I'm also picking up Saturn in the 11th house as well. Saturn in the 5th house maybe as well. But there's this essence of like you not being able to step into your power, not because you weren't in your power or you didn't know how to. You were caught up with distortions of people maybe taking it away, and you were dealing with other things. Maybe like you weren't able to show up as your quote-unquote best self in that moment, or wear things that made you look confident, or even tap into your creativity like that because something else had your energy. Maybe you were doing heavy inner work, things were going on, something else had your energy. So when this person came into your life, they were watching you maybe go through dark times, they were watching you maybe go through low vibrations as you were purging, they were watching you really like battle demons and stuff, and they were watching it. And I feel like they may have befriended you at that point, but now it's like, okay, you slayed the dragon, now you're coming for the crown. And they're like, no, like it's almost like they when I say they preferred you when you were slaying the dragons, I mean it in the sense of you weren't a threat to them then, or at least they felt like you weren't a threat then. They maybe took your kindness for weakness. They may have taken your silence for actually not having anything to say. They may have taken your ability to fall back and be passive as a sense of you maybe being a pushover, whereas you know and I know that was never the case. There's always been alchemizing going on in your energy, and now that you're about to shine again, you're coming into your summer again. I feel like you're in your spring, to be honest with you. I feel like you're coming into summer now of your life, and this person's about to see that, and I feel like this person's like, oh no, or maybe this person stepped into your life when they were in their own summer and you were in your winter, but now it's like you're stepping into your summer and they're going into their winter, and it's like, no. So there's envy and jealousy then coming through pile number 3 of where you're about to be headed to. And you're heading to this place because you did the work. You're heading to this place because you're divinely guided to. There's something about you never really speaking up for things, and now you are. There's something about maybe you never talked about your connection to spirit before, so they never thought that you were connected to spirit, and now you're like channeling all these words, and they're like, wait, what? Like, this was behind the silence? What? Like, there is an essence of that coming through. Or maybe you were someone that weren't fully confident yet, so couldn't be creative in your everyday life and wear certain clothes or makeup or whatever the case, and now it's like you found that confidence. So all that was going on within your internal world, now you're bringing it into the physical, and they're like, wait, what? Like, I didn't know you had that in you. What? And there's this essence of like, you made me more comfortable when you didn't shine, and this is an issue for me now. There's an essence of that coming through pile 3. You made me more comfortable when you weren't shining out, when you weren't in your power, when you weren't channeling, when you weren't doing readings, when you weren't wearing those things, when you weren't going and getting all those courses, when you weren't starting that business. Like, that was when I liked you, because it was safe to be. And I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj quote, when you don't make moves and you don't climb up the ladder, everybody loves you because you're not competition. But then when you start to make moves and climb up that ladder, people then start to target you. And I feel like that's more so an essence. I feel like this is someone you've known for a while. This isn't anyone new. I feel like this is someone you would have known for years. This could even be someone from the childhood on the outside looking in that you cut off a while ago. Or it could be like a co-worker that used to work with you, hasn't heard from you since you worked with them, now looking at what you're doing and going, wait, what? Like, there is this essence of you either not speaking to this person right now, or this person like would have been in your life for a really long time. It doesn't feel like anyone new. It does feel like it would have been like quite a couple of years that you would have known this person, or like at least you would have known them in childhood, or they would have known you in a phase where you just weren't tapped into your light at all. And they're referencing this 10 of Pentacles here, like there's almost this feeling of like, I want this 10 of Pentacles. I want this 10 of Pentacles. I deserve this 10 of Pentacles sort of thing. Where's this come from? I keep hearing, where's this come from? Where's all of this come from? Where's all this confidence just now come from? I have never seen this in you. That's how they're coming through. Which, to me, it's like you've seen them slay their dragons a lot. You've seen them in that essence. You kind of thought they were weak when that was what they were dealing with, and still got out of it. Like, that takes a warrior to get out of that. That takes someone with a lot of strength and sense of self, and you know, that takes a lot. Mind, body, spirit, everything, the mental energy that's needed, that takes so much. My essence, like my energy towards them then is like, how could you not see all that they were going through and all that they were doing to get to this? How did you not see it? What were you not seeing here? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. That's me, not spirit. That's just my brain. Like, how are you not seeing the essence of them? Because to me, it's very apparent when I tap into your energy, the essence of you. Like, the minute I tap into you. But for some reason, they're not seeing it. Pile number... I don't know why I'm being shown Harry Potter when they go into that maze and they have to like get to the end of the maze and grab that kind of like goblet. And I feel like they're almost referencing you like Harry Potter, like, you know, going through all the trials and tribulations to get to the goblet at the end. Like, that's how it's kind of like being shown to me in a way. Yeah, pile number... Do you want to know why I think they're showing me Harry Potter? Because if you actually look at Harry, he had a very pure heart. He didn't have the big house. He didn't really have money. He didn't even have his parents around him. Everything that he was doing, he was getting through it on his own. Whereas you look at someone like Malfoy, like Draco Malfoy, that was like there as well. He had all of this money, but he didn't have a pure heart. And in the end, it's like Harry was the one that won. Harry was the one that defeated Voldemort, and Harry was the one that not only stayed true to himself, stayed true to his heart, and stayed on the good side. Whereas Draco Malfoy, like, he was, all he cared about was like the money and the me being like, you know, the best person in school sort of thing. And he looked down at Harry. He even looked down at like the Weasleys and stuff because they didn't have money. But it was them that had the pure hearts that ended up saving the day. So there's like a reference of them like not seeing all that you were and that power and almost counting you out, which I don't like, but I feel like they might have done that. Because that's where my question then comes in. How did you not see all of that? Like, what? Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Who's currently thinking of my pile 3s? 8 of Swords. Okay. They took your tower moments as you being trapped and stuck in something that you wouldn't get out of. This person's struggling with money. Well, they're always going to then. This person's insecure. They'll be like that for the rest of their lives. I'll be able to make them feel insecure and stay there for the rest of their lives. This person doesn't love themselves. Well, it's going to be that way for the rest of their lives. Because this person's very earthy and is like practical. I have money, I'll have it for the rest of my life. I have this, I'll have it for the rest of my life. You've alchemized all these towers and built up something, and it's like, whoa, how on earth have you gone from A to Z? Like, this doesn't even make sense. How have you done this? It doesn't even make sense to me. I keep hearing, like, since when? Since when did this happen? Since when did you have that strength? Since when? Because I feel like they're starting to see your fruits that you've been working on since even when you knew them. And I don't think that they like it very much. Oh, cards almost fell. What card? I'm sure a card just fell on the floor. 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, this person's a little bit spiteful, pile number 3. This person's quite spiteful. We had the Justice card that fell, and I am going to put it down. Yeah, this person, I don't feel like this person would be in your life. I think you would have walked away from them or distanced yourself from them. This person can't be in your life. They're spiteful. I feel like you would have stepped away from them. And look at do you see how there's 2 faces here? I feel like they have one face towards you, and then it's like their shadow self would be there saying something else. I keep hearing what goes up must come down. They've seen the tower, but now they're seeing the tree that grew from that seed that kind of fell to the ground while the tower was falling, and now there's fruits on that tree, and now there's a 10 of Pentacles, and they're just like, hang on a minute, now that's not my logic, so it must be wrong, because they're very logic based. In my world, this doesn't happen, so why has it happened here? I don't like this. Pile number... This person may have, even when they were in your life, been mean to you or said nasty things to you or put you down. And they were like, well, maybe they got you down, and maybe they were like, oh, well, I got them down anyway. They're a shadow of themselves now, happy days, walked away, and then you've just like absolutely alchemized in front of them, and now you've bounced back even brighter, and they're like, wait, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. No. Like, that's how it's coming through. I'm hearing Get Up 10 by Cardi B. Oh my god, the cards are falling on the floor. And have you noticed these cards falling on the floor? They're not wanting to allow their pride to... They're not willing to let down their pride, and they're not willing to, those negative traits of themselves or shadow traits of themselves, it's like they don't want them known at all, because they're very prideful, very like, I do feel like they have some Capricorn energy in their chart, some Cancer energy in their chart. They're very prideful. We have the Ten of Swords here as well. I feel like they've underestimated you in a way. I'm hearing Jelly by Stefflon Don. And she sings, if they ever doubted me, guess now they're feeling stupid. I don't know why the blue here is like symbolism in a way for some reason. So they may have worn blue a lot. They may have worn like blue nail varnish a lot. They may have a blue car. They may have like a blue aesthetic to, I don't know. There's just a reference of blue here coming through. Okay. Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. It's triggering them. It's triggering them. They're feeling very triggered by you, and that's why they're thinking of you. Oh. Five of Wands, yeah, mental conflict. Mental conflict underneath the Ten of Pentacles. And do you know what it is as well? It's like, this doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you've made a lot of money. Maybe you have your own business. Maybe it's something like that. And it's like, this does not make any sense to me. You did not come from money. How is this even happening? Or I didn't even see. Maybe you were working on projects and didn't tell them. So now these projects are coming to light, and they're like, whoa. Because if I know about this, I would have talked you out of it. Where is this coming from? Like, that's how it's almost feeling. Because like they feel quite manipulative. They feel like they have like the lower energies of Cancer. Because all signs have a light and a dark, but there's a lower energy of Cancer coming through it, manipulation. If I was in their life, I could have talked them out of it, sort of thing. They've been doing all of this and didn't say. And they're almost looking at you like you're sly for not stating these things because you kept things hidden. It's like, oh, this is really you. Oh, well, you're sly then. And it's like, well, no, you just didn't care to look beyond the surface. Like there is an essence of them looking at you as sly in a way, and I don't know why, because I don't really feel like you've done anything at all. It's making me like chuckle a bit because it's like I really don't think you've done anything. The World as well at the back of the deck. I just heard Maria the Scientist song in my nightmares. Because I just heard I see you in my dreams. So I feel like they may have dreamt about you. They could have dreamt about you, which led them to asking somebody about you, or maybe looking at your social media, and this is where they would have seen this in a way. See, now things have come full circle, and now they're realizing that they can't just judge off of first impression. They really need to understand somebody and what they're going through and what's going on before they start counting somebody out, because there's this completion that they're seeing a more rounded version of you now, and it's like, well, I don't like this is triggering me, you know what I mean? This isn't making me feel good. Stepping in your power, the Hierophant energy. Maybe people look up to you, maybe you do work with spirit, maybe they never saw that before, now they're seeing it and they're like, wait, what? Where's that coming from? That was the part of you that you were hiding. They're almost looking at it like sneaky then, like, oh, well, they were hiding that from me. I don't think you were hiding anything. It was like, you see what you see, and if you don't see this part of me, then maybe you're not supposed to, sort of thing. That's how it's coming through. Whereas I feel like this person has everything on the surface, because I feel like they may brag a lot. I have this, let me brag about it. I have that, let me brag about it. Whereas like you're the type of person, like you'll make money and you'll do something, you won't say anything about it. And I think that was this person's downfall, because no matter what it was that you were peeping, I feel like you may have a lot of air energy in your chart. No matter what it was that you were peeping, they weren't self-aware and they weren't realizing. And I feel like maybe that's a reason why you cut them off. You peeped a few things and they were like, oh, they're none the wiser. But you were. But then they're looking at you as the manipulative one, I'm feeling. Like that's how they're trying to twist it. And it's more so because, well, why didn't you tell me that you did this? Why didn't you tell me you had those businesses going for you? Why didn't you show that side of yourself when I was with you? Why didn't you show that to me? Like that's how it's coming through. Oh, so this is you now. Like it's that's how it's coming through. And I feel like you shift and change a lot, and I don't feel that they do. And I feel like they may have judged that, whereas now it's like, oh, what? Wait, what? Like that's what's coming through. Let's pull some oracle cards. Yes, this person's envy of you, and I feel like it's a childhood friend or a friend that you had that you might have had to cut off. That's how it's coming through. You may just be someone that used to not be confident and now you're really confident. Maybe you're posting things on social media, or maybe they've just seen you out and about. And they're like, whoa, since when were they strutting their stuff like that? Since when were they walking like that? Since when were they confident enough to be loud like that? Since when were they speaking that confidently? Since when was this then? Like, there's a feeling of that. Pile 3, please, spirit guides. Who is currently thinking of my pile 3s? I feel like it may be more than one person, because I just got shown someone on someone's social media and screenshotting. So it could be more than one person. Or they're just trying to vent to anyone that will listen. It's that type of energy. Honor and good luck. That's the card that came through. And this card, because it says the Griffin, it reminds me of Gryffindor. And again, Harry Potter. Harry. Like, that's what's coming through. Honor and good luck. They're seeing that. They're seeing that your battles turned you into a warrior. And it's like, whoa. Only money gets us here. And you're like, well, no. Not in my world. Like, that's how it's kind of coming through. We have the spider. Be meticulous and patient. What I'm actually being told with a spider, you know when like a spider watches its prey and they're projecting onto you, and it's so silly. Like, you know when a spider watches their prey, so they'll sit and hold back and wait, and then when they need to grab their prey, they'll jump out from like whatever hole they were in and grab it. There's a feeling of this person doing that, like maybe on your social media, or maybe just when they were in your life. Like, they'd observe you a lot, and then when you did something that they didn't like, or when you started to step into your power, they'd bite and suck that out of you, like a parasite almost. I feel like they'd drain your energy in a way and make you feel insecure. And if it's not that, I feel like I'm also being told as well, like even on social media, they're almost like waiting for an upload. They're kind of observing and then waiting for you to post a Snapchat story or post a Facebook post or a tweet or an Instagram. They're waiting for it. It's like, go on, do it. And they're waiting for it like a little spider, like waiting. Whereas I feel like then they're projecting onto you, saying that you are manipulative, and that the whole time maybe that you would have been connected to them, you were the spider in the hole waiting to be manipulative, sort of thing. Like, they're almost projecting it onto you, but it's their own self they're projecting onto you. Like, that's literally something that I'm being told right now. Yeah, I don't really vibe, but that's something that's coming through. I always feel very protective over my viewers, so when I see something like this, I'm like, want to just shield in a way, like a guide almost. But I don't even feel like you need that, because I feel like, you know, look what you have coming in for you. Pile 3, and we saw that at the beginning of the reading as well. Your secrets are safe. Ooh. Did this person tell you something? Because if they did, they're worried that you'll come out and say it. If you know something about this person, they're really worried about you like outing them or saying something out loud. But also with the 7 of Swords and 10 of Swords, it's like they think, I feel like a lot of people in their life as well as yourself are aware that it's their shadows that lead them to act like this. Like, a lot of people are aware of it, but it's like they don't think people are aware of it, and they don't realize that they tell on themselves a lot. Like, I really don't think that they realize it at all. And I just feel like it's like with the secrets are safe, it's like, oh, this is the thing about them. They try to be like the spider. They try to be crafty and sly, and they think they're being it, but they tell on themselves too much for it to work. And you know this, I'm being told, and a lot of people around them know this. Like, they tell on themselves. Their insecurity tells on themselves. The way that they speak or what they project, they tell on themselves way too much for them to actually really be this spider. That's what I'm being told. Pile number 3. And the thing is, you see them coming from a mile away, like their energy, like, you know what they're gonna say. Like, when they were in your life, or even now, like, you know what they're gonna say before they even say it. You know what they're going to think before they even say it, because you know how their mind works, because they out themselves all the time, I'm being told. They literally out themselves all the time. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. The moon. You will be guided through darkness. Yeah, this person was incapable of seeing your darkness and seeing what was beyond just the sun. Like, they were incapable of seeing through... I don't know what it was. It wasn't seeing through you. They were incapable of seeing through their own projections. It wasn't a case of them not being able to see as deep. It wasn't a case of them not being able to see the full rounded side of you. The right people in your life have always seen the full side of you, or at least enough for them to see more than what this person was seeing. This person had their own projections of life and could not see past them because they were too rigid in them. And that's really what it was, and that's been their downfall. 100%. Yeah. This person comes across like a know-it-all a bit. Like, I don't want to drag them, but they do come across like the loudest person in the room, and they've always got something to say. That's how it feels. Whereas you are like more reserved and observant, and you actually see things that they might not, because they're more focused on projecting themselves into something than really learning from something and understanding it. Whereas I feel like you will observe and take it into your being and understand it and not get triggered by it as much. Whereas this person takes everything seriously and takes everything to heart because they place themselves in drama that might not even be theirs. That's something that I feel that they do, pile 3. Not to drag, it's just something that they do. And it's something that they are working through. Back of the deck we have Earth. Utilize logic is the first word I read on this card. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Yeah, it's like, maybe... The thing is, I feel like you're very deep. So I feel like you have a lot of emotions within... I do feel with the Hierophant card that there's a spiritual element to you. I feel like you are connected to spirit. And I just feel like this person isn't. So they're just looking at face value. Oh, well, this person doesn't have a lot going for them right now. Or this person isn't projecting confidence out right now. Not thinking of why. You're not thinking of what you may be dealing with or where certain things are, going on behind the scenes. They're not looking at it because the way that they project out, they think everyone else is going to do it. So they just kind of mistook you as not having anything else to say or whatever the case. So logically to them, you weren't a threat, or at least they could keep you from being a threat. Whereas now it's not even a case of past, it's past being a threat. I feel like you don't really think of them. I feel like they may even have gone out of your brain until you watch this reading. Like, you do not think of them. Whereas this person's eyeing up your 10 of Pentacles. And also dumbfounded. I keep hearing how. How on earth? How? No way. Not in my reality. Like, that's literally how it's coming through. Tell me your secrets. That's what I just shared as well. Yeah. Okay, so pile 3, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this resonated for you. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is currently thinking of you. So you guys chose the pyrite crystal. I'm going to pop that up here and we are going to get straight into your reading. So I'm going to start with tarot and then we will move on to the oracle cards. I'm going to start with the normal tarot and then we'll get on with the deviant moon tarot just so we can see beyond the surface and go into things a little bit deeper. So pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 4, please? Who is currently thinking of my pile 4s? Okay. I don't know whether this is going to take over the whole reading, pile number 4, but when I'm tapping into you and who's thinking of you, the message is coming beyond the physical. The message is coming through spirit. I don't know whether you've been calling out to spirit a lot recently, or maybe you're going through a heavy ascension, but there's this reference of like a strong emphasis from your spirit guides, your spirit team, maybe ancestors, people that you know that have passed over, being around you and thinking of you right now, connected to you very strong right now. And I don't know whether it's going to continue for the rest of the reading or whether they'll want to talk about something physically, but there is an essence of spirit being around you really strongly right now, for some reason, which we'll probably get into if that is the case. But there's like I see all like energies kind of conjoining arms and being around you right now, and there's like a focus on you specifically, right now in regards to your spirit guides. So I feel like you may be going through something either heavy or something quite vital in regards to your soul's growth. And I feel like you're kind of being watched in a very good way, in the sense you're being protected. That's something that's come through straight away for you guys, pile 4. So pile 4, who's thinking of pile 4? Who has pile number 4 on their mind, please, spirit guides? Who has pile number 4 on their mind? 6 of Wands, okay. I just heard that song, and we can build this something forever. Oh, I don't know the lyrics, so I don't want to butcher them, but it's like, nothing's gonna stop us now, and we can build this world together. I don't know the lyrics, but that's the part that I'm hearing. Pile number 4. Who is currently thinking of my pile 4s, please, spirit guides? Knight of Cups. You're being really protected right now, actually. Pile number 4. Who is currently thinking of my pile number 4s? King of Pentacles. Who is currently thinking of my pile 4s? Oh, let me grab the cards. Am I using these? Yeah. Okay, you got 5, so that's cool. They told me to do this. Ace of Swords, Judgment. Okay, that's cool. Back of the deck, the World. We have the World at the back of the deck. Okay, so who is currently thinking of my pile 4s, please, spirit guides? Tap me into who's thinking of my pile 4s. Okay, so you're currently on a transformation that I feel like you've been walking for some time, and that's why spirit's around you pretty strong. You're at a point of your transformation where it's like you're kind of gliding now. It's like you've got to the top of the hill, and it's like it's homeward bound from here, it feels. However, a lot of the times when we go through a big transformation, this homeward bound feeling, it's a very vital place to be, and it's actually a place with the most emphasis, especially when spirit are around us, because when we come out of, let's just say, a very big transformation, and we've dealt with our shadows and we've dealt with our wounds and things like that, we welcome in this new connection to self, where we're more aligned with our higher self. And what happens at this point is, not only has there been already a rewiring, but there's this reboot happening in our energy, which I feel is happening for you guys, pal 4. And we can feel a bit lost in this phase because we're getting to know this new version of us. We're no longer like we were. A lot of our personality is now faded away. Maybe you've been going through an ego death. And what happens then is we're claiming parts of ourselves back. We're remembering parts of ourselves. We're tapping into our essence. We're realizing who we are. And a lot of the time that can happen where we're in this energy of receiving. We're receiving downloads. We're receiving new parts of energy. We're receiving new parts of ourselves, new tools on this new path. We're also opening our heart to receiving maybe abundance that we held at bay beforehand because we weren't ready for it. So we're in this receiving energy and we can feel a bit lost, and it's a good time to kind of get to know ourselves. And when we're in this receiving energy, we turn into a bit of a magnet, because maybe before we were always overgiving, or maybe we've just really hyper focused on something and we've projected out for a while and working on our inner journey, and now we're in this energy of receiving, and now things are starting to come in. Abundance is starting to come in, manifestations are starting to come in, but that magnetizing energy of being able to receive, people around you may hear the call. And what happens then is people are wanting to step towards you, maybe in love. People are wanting to step towards you, maybe in regards to a connection. People are wanting to step towards you and give you a lot. And that's all great. But what I'm being told is right now, you're still learning who you are. And there's one person, and this is why they were coming through very protective when I tapped into your energy, is there's one person, pal 4. This person doesn't mean ill on you. This person means well. But I don't feel that this person is not only like aligned with you, I don't feel like this person's aligned with your true nature and value. And I feel like you're probably aware of that, or when you realize who this person is, you may think, oh, I know this person isn't for me. But I feel like this person in the past, there's this essence of this person coming through. They're still not, even though they're wanting to give to you because they're answering this call of receiving, within them, this connection to your emotions, this depth, all of that, they're not connected to it. So it's like they're wanting to be a part of your life and they're wanting to give to you, but it's almost like in ways of them giving to you, it's serving them. or maybe they're wanting forgiveness from you, but it's not because they want your forgiveness, it's serving them. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. And they're looking at you as this King of Pentacles. They're looking at you as somebody that's very powerful. There's a lot of clarity. I feel like they're seeing this. There's this energy of a spotlight being on you, or they're really seeing your essence more than they have before. But this connection it's like it's past its day, and I feel like you're aware of it. With the World card here, it's like I've learned the lesson, and for right now, I don't need this person in my life. But there's this feeling of this person being either quite hell-bent on coming back to you or stepping towards you, or this person really either not taking no for an answer or trying certain ways to get into your energy. And right now, I'm being told to say, right now is a time for you. Right now is a time for you to finally receive what you maybe held back. Right now is a time for you to maybe be in solitude, or maybe just get to know these parts of you and enjoy newness, because there's so much newness coming in. And this person's coming in from an old timeline or an old paradigm, trying to step towards you. And I just feel like it's self-serving in a way as to why they are, and your spirit guides are not wanting you to be taken off your path where you are right now. Because once we've gone through, let's just say, an ego death, and those parts of us have fallen away, like I said, we're in that phase of building ourselves up. But this person could try some tactics while you're building yourself up, and then it could be rooted within this new version of you. And there's an essence of that, not wanting that to happen, or them to be any stalling. So it's like, we want, not that they're trying to keep this person at bay, because you have free will and they do, but there's just this essence of like spirits around you really protecting you right now of people that are thinking of you, so that they're not coming in. You may have been drawn to another pile, because I do feel like there's maybe people from the past wanting to apologize. There's maybe friends around right now that are really wanting to step towards you, because you feel like a magnet, because you're in this energy of receiving. A lot of people are gaining clarity. A lot of people are maybe wanting to step back to you, which is making me feel like in the past you would have been an overgiver, and now you're learning to receive, and people are kind of like, that pattern's been switched, and now people are falling the other way and wanting to step towards you, and that there's a feeling of that coming through. But right now you're still laying foundations, and that's why Spirit's protecting you right now. Because there's even someone wanting to apologize or step towards you, and Spirit's like, not now. You can apologize at one point, but not now. This isn't going to aid them right now. It's not what they need right now. This person needs to realize something, or this person's building something right now, not now. Like, there's a feeling of that coming through. Because do you see how you can't see any water in this cup? This cup looks empty. So there's a feeling of someone thinking of you and wanting to step towards you, but it's for their own gain, because the cup is empty. I don't see anything in that cup. And that's kind of what they're trying to do. They may be trying to come back to you with old tactics. It could be someone that's always maybe wanted to be with you, and now is not the time. But there's this essence of like Spirit kind of creating this orb around you right now of protection, so that no one can stunt your growth or have you sidetracked onto something else, because your energy right now is needed inward. And I feel like you're in a very important stage right now, receiving downloads, being in your own essence, finding out what you love, coming back to yourself is what I'm hearing. And Spirit's really aiding you with that, and joining you in building yourself back up and learning the ropes of this new version of you. I feel like you've done a ton of work, which I want to not only say thank you to as a fellow light worker, but I also just want to say my gratitude, and I'm proud of you for the work that you've done to be in this energy. And Spirit's very celebrating you with you right now, and I want to join in on that and just say I'm really grateful for the work that you've done, and I see it, and I'm really like, I have a lot of love for you guys, powerful. Even if you hadn't done it, I would have love for you, but I just want you to know that I see you, and I see the work that you've done. Might have walked a bit of a lonely road at times, but you're homeward bound now. You're realizing there's a lot coming in for you, a lot that you're about to receive. Let's pull deeper. Let's go into the hidden emotions of this person. There's one specific person, and I'm tapping into them, and honestly, they don't mean bad. They don't mean like, they're not coming towards you with malicious intent. It's like, oh, shiny. Like, that's how it's coming through with the pentacle. It's like, oh, shiny. Or maybe they're feeling deeper feelings, or maybe they're seeing something that they didn't see before, and they're wanting to step towards it, but it's just like, there's resistance, because right now, I feel like you're still alchemizing where you're at. Not in the sense of like you're still going through shadow work. I feel like you're in the spring phase of your life, but like we always have to adjust to that spring phase. The bird doesn't just come skipping out of the, of hibernation. It takes its time. It listens to its body. It doesn't go rushing forward. It really just takes its time, and that's something that I'm being told. The bird doesn't just come out of the egg and then try and fly. Like, it takes its time to get used to where it's at and learn about this new world it's just been birthed into. And I feel like that's a phase you're in right now, building yourself up, building this new version of yourself up. Pile number, oh, cards just leaked away. Am I using these? No. Okay, that's fine. Pile number, you're in a very balanced energy right now, which may be a bit confusing for you, because like I said, you may have been an overgiver, so now being like in that energy of receiving, it's like, am I becoming the opposite of what I was? You're not becoming the opposite of what you were. There just needs to be a balance. So if you were always giving, now you're learning to receive. If you were someone that was quite insecure, you're learning to be confident now and stand in it. And what I find is when we have something rebirth within our energy, it becomes hypersensitive. Right now, I've been going through a lot of crown chakra and third eye expansions, right? And that's great and all, but it's very expensive right now. Like I am just channeling non-stop. Like the whole last week I was off, I was just in my garden, and it was just messages coming through all the time, because them chakras for me right now are hypersensitive, because I'm having that reboot there. So I'm taking it all in, and I'm really stepping into it to understand its power before it can go back to its normal energy and be balanced. And I feel like there's something in your life which you are feeling a bit confused of right now, because it's like, should I be this confident? Should I really be asking for this much? Should I really be doing that? But it's hypersensitive for you right now and taking over you a little bit, because it's a balance coming back in. Before you didn't even have any thoughts of that, and now you're becoming it. So this is a balance. So take your time with it. You're not losing your light, or you're not becoming the opposite of what you were. You're just learning to balance these energies out and decide what that this confidence means for you, or this self-worth means for you. That's what you're learning right now. Because what I'm being told is you could be around this person, and then you could be in your energy of being confident, but then still not fully sure on it yet, because you're still trying it out. And then this person could try and knock you down and get triggered by it, and then you could think, oh my god, maybe I am turning into the opposite of what I was, and then hide that part of yourself. So it's like, that's why Spirit's very careful, being very careful, referencing you being like a delicate rose right now. Yeah, that's how they're referencing you right now. Or it could be that you've healed from something really big, and your heart chakra is really big right now, and you have love for everybody and forgiveness for everybody right now, and it's hypersensitive right now. So it could be someone that's really hurt you and you don't want to go back to, but because of this full like love feeling that they're making me feel, this person could come back and try and take advantage of the expansion going on in your heart, and then it could go back to them taking advantage of that again while you're in that expansive energy. That's why Spirit's like, wait till things are balanced before the gates come open and you can decide who comes in or not. Like, there's a feeling of that. When you make a painting, you don't go hanging it up on the wall straight away or touching it because the paint's still wet. So there's this reference of waiting for you to stabilize into this new phase and wait for the paint to dry, sort of thing. Pile number 4. Who's thinking of my pile 4s? The Magician. Okay. Who is thinking of my pile number 4s right now, please, Spirit Guides? Who is thinking? Tap me into who's thinking of my pile 4s. 8 of Pentacles. There's a Nicki Minaj song called Barbie Things, and she sings, you want the Nicki cheat code, come on, I'm not going to say the word because YouTube don't like it. Come on, be nice, try. So there's almost this essence of this person almost looking at you like, oh, you're in this King of Pentacles, how did you get there? If I'm around you, I could understand it a bit better. You're feeling this way, I'm intrigued as to how you've got there, let me tap into it a little bit. I wouldn't say that this person has necessarily a motive of like knocking you off your pedestal, but this person's like oh, they're really stepping into their power. And I just feel like they almost feel in themselves like, I know I have no business stepping towards this person right now, or I know I have no business maybe trying to dissect them right now, because their intentions aren't pure in the way that yours would be. They go off of mental energy and how can they expand their mind, and this is interesting to me. But you're like, if you're going to have a connection with someone, it's pure and it's from the heart, and they're not stepping into it in that way. I'm hearing like they want to know the recipe. That's another Nicki Minaj song as well. The Pink Print Freestyle, I think that one was. They want to know my recipe. They want to... I can't remember the lyrics, but she does sing that. They want to know my recipe. Pile number 4. This person's quite forward. We have the Emperor. This person's quite forward. It's like they'll dissect something and it's like what I say goes, without the empathy of like people may be looking at it from a different point of view, or I may be looking at this from my own level of perception where somebody could be looking at it from a different point of view. There's like a feeling of that. The mind's a little bit confusing, but I'll stabilize into it now. Let me just get one more card. Do you see how I'm talking fast? Their mind's really fast. They're very mental, like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like boom, 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 boom. Like lots going on in their brain. I don't feel like they have too much like empathy. This person, Knight of Swords reversed. Back of the deck, King of Pentacles. They see you as the King of Pentacles. They want to be the King of Pentacles. That's how it's coming through. So whatever that means for you, this could be like a friend or someone trying to step into your life right now that is wanting to have a little bit of your cheat code and understand how you are the way that you are. Or it's like, this person is the King of Pentacles. This person has something that I don't have. I want to analyze them to see how they have got there, sort of thing. How are they this confident? How are they seeing these things? I want to reach that. So there's a bit of a gain as to why they would be stepping towards you, which is why your spirit guides are really protecting you right now, in a sense, because I am being told you're either quite sensitive right now, or it's like that sort of energy just isn't needed right now. Your focus is supposed to be on you right now, so they're protective with you over this person. I don't think this person's void of emotion. I just don't think that they lead with empathy or their emotional center at all. This person's deep, but not deep in the sense of like emotions. It's deep in the sense of the mind. Feel a bit of a nomad, to be honest with you. The Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, you've switched up. This is someone you would have known in the past because you've switched up. I think they thought that they could click their fingers, or that maybe they're thinking that they can come in and click their fingers, and you'll run towards them and tell them everything that they need to know with this King of Pentacles. And you're either not doing it already, or when they come in, you're not going to do it because you have no intention to. And they're actually going to be frustrated with the Emperor card here and the Knight of Swords reversed. They're actually getting a bit frustrated, and they may end up projecting onto you a little bit, or they may already be projecting onto you a little bit. Well, there's this feeling of like, they could be thinking, oh my God, this person's too good for me, sort of thing. Like this, there's a feeling of it. It's a funny energy I'm picking up with them, because I lead with my emotions. It's like being in their energy is really confusing. Let me ask my spirit guides to actually get to the bottom of it, because I can't work out their brain right now for some reason. Spirit guides, powerful, who is this person, and what are their intentions here? Can you make me feel it? I need to feel it, because I'm trying to dissect it. It's confusing me. Make me feel why they're thinking of powerful and what it is they're wanting out of the whole situation. Okay, this person moves through life like such Gemini energy as well. It's like they're very analytical and they learn through a lot in life, and they go really, really deep. But to be honest with you, there's no level of fully like grounding in a way, in a sense of like, this person does feel either connected to the spirit realm or really in their mind, but there's this sense of them not understanding empathy and like humans' emotions and having that understanding. Like there's not a lot of understanding for people. is what I'm being told. So they're looking at you as someone that has a lot of knowledge, but a lot of your knowledge and a lot of your wisdom you would have attained, which you are, my spiritual pal, I could feel it. A lot of the wisdom you have attained is through empathy, through feeling. You feel very much like me, quite clairsentient. When you channel information, you alchemize it into your emotional body and you can really feel it and take note of it. Whereas this person doesn't do it in that way. And I just feel like they're trying to understand your cheat code of how you do things, but they lack empathy. And I feel like they're not stepping towards you in the best sense of like caring for your feelings. They're stepping towards you of like, how can this person enlighten me? What can I learn from this person? And I kind of feel there's this feeling of once I've learned what I need to learn, I'll be on my way. And it's not that they mean it in a sense of they're trying to take from you or they're trying to use you. It's not like that. It's just how they move. I learn what I need to, and then I be on my way. And then I move forward. They're very connected to the higher realms, but not the emotional body. Which is great that they know how to move on and transmute, but I don't think they think of others' feelings a lot. So because of that, it's like they're stepping towards you with just that mental sense of, I could learn a lot from you, you could really enrich me. But they're also not looking at it like, how could I enrich them? They're thinking of themselves because they're very analytical. And Spirit's really protecting you from this person right now. They could just be wanting to know what you're up to for some of you. Yeah, and the Emperor, with the Emperor here as well, and then the Knight of Swords reversed, it's almost like that there's a feeling of like stepping towards you and wanting the past version of you, and it's not happening. So it's like, how am I going to understand this new version of them then? They're almost wanting you to play ball and you're not, and they may be getting frustrated, or they'll try and get you to play ball and you won't. I feel like you're really connected to your higher self right now. Spirit's really guiding you right now. That's why you're like, I don't feel in too much of an interest for you at all. I don't think that they like that. Yeah, no, I don't think that they like that at all. This person is very for self, for sure. Very for self. Let's pull some oracle cards. Well, why are they thinking of them then? Or they just want to dissect? Is that literally all it is? Spirit guides. No, they see a light, like they see a lot of fire in you. They see a light in you. They see a lot of you that they want to attain within themselves. A lot. But they don't move through life the way that... They don't move through life the way that you do. So there's an energetic barrier that is now more apparent than ever. And because of that, I feel like that's why they can't really make their way in. And I feel like that's what Spirit's kind of like holding you back from or protecting you from right now. They may be trying to come back into your life and you're like, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Or they may be asking you a lot of questions that you're not choosing to elaborate on. Because it's like, maybe in the past I helped you. Maybe in the past I guided you. I'm not going to do it now because I need my energy for me. And they're not liking it. I'm being told they're not liking it. It's leaving a bit of a distaste. I don't feel like the type of person to fly off the handle, to be honest with you. They'll just take it in, and again, there's more analysing going on, but they definitely don't like it. It's inconvenient to them, I'm being told. With the way your emotional body is set up, the way that your spiritual side is set up as well, like, you need people that fill up that cup. You're not just like, you know, you're not just like an Aphrodite on a podium waiting for people to analyze and understand. Like, you have feelings and you have so many other things to you that I feel like this person doesn't consider because they don't tap into them themselves. And they're not malicious. It's just the way they move. Maybe it's someone you met before you connected to Spirit, because I feel like you're connected to Spirit. I don't even think there's a question there. I feel like you are. Maybe there's someone you met before you connected to Spirit, and now it's like they're wanting to know. Path 4. This person confuses me a bit. If you know who I'm talking about, let me know if they confuse you too, because it's quite hard to sit in their brain. Sometimes I'll have trouble to read someone that isn't connected to their own emotions, and I have to get Spirit to elaborate because it's foreign to me. And even though I can still channel fine, it doesn't feel fine to me because I can't feel it. Does that make sense? Like, I can get all the messages out, but because it feels numb to me and I live life through emotion, I'm a Cancer rising, I like to feel it. It just, even though when I watch it back and I can see that it came across very well, me and myself in that moment didn't feel it, so I couldn't connect to it, which makes me think I'm not doing it right. So then I ask Spirit to elaborate, if that makes sense. So that person was quite confusing for me, because it's like I'm not feeling what I would like to feel, you know what I mean? Like, you're holding off on all of these things, and you know, I lead with empathy, and this is foreign, so that's why I'm having a bit of a trouble really understanding them, to be honest with you. Let's look at these cards. We have serendipity. Bright new prospects are on the horizon. So what was I saying about you being in this new phase? We literally have butterflies all around this lady. We have the full moon there, which is talking about you guys releasing. That's what's led you to this phase. And with bright new prospects are on the horizon, I feel like there's a lot of newness coming in, and that's why Spirit wants you to stay focused on this new chapter that you are walking into and that you are building right now. Some of you guys are Clairaudient, sorry. What do we have here? The minstrel. Let your intentions be known. Yeah, I feel like this person isn't shy about letting you know maybe that they like you, or letting you know certain aspects of why they may be trying to reach out to you. But it's like, I feel like they're quite upfront about it. But I think there's definitely a language barrier here. There's two lots of depth that are from different paradigms, and it's not. Spirit want you focused on you in this new phase. I feel like in the past you might have like dimmed your light for people, or what's the word? I always lose my words when I'm channeling. Settled in the past, maybe. Okay, well, you can't give me what I need, but you can give me some of it, so that's okay. Or you can't give me what I need, but it's okay, I'll just give it to myself instead. When a relationship is like reciprocating, I feel like you know this now, so I think that's something that you're learning as well. We have the gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. Yes, Spirit's keeping this person out. Spirit's keeping this person out from stepping into your energy right now. The gate's literally there. Their goal is to really dissect you and understand you. But while you're in this phase of learning who you are, I feel like this person's opinions and the way they may project onto you may disturb your own inner knowing of tapping into that part of yourself. And I feel like that's why Spirit's like, no, the gates are shut until this person feels ready to open them, and it's up to this person if they allow you back. That's up to them, but not now. This person's focused on them, and this person isn't liking it. They're not quite happy. They're like trying to coax you out, sing you out. They may try, if they're in your life right now, they may be trying to like say things that they know you'd like, you know, let's go on a date, or let's go and do something fun, you know, even if it's like a fun, let's go do this, and it's like they may not really care for it, but they know you'd like it. Do you understand what I mean? So it's like, oh, or they may talk about something that they don't know, but they know you know it, so they're trying to reference it. How can I match this person's energy to make them want to come out of the gate? Hand of Fate. Forces beyond your control intervene. And it's going on top of the Judgment card as well. And like, look at that. We have the Judgment with the Knight of Swords reversed. So this person's like wanting to get over this gate, but it's like they can't. It's like this energy stopping them. And then we have the Hand of Fate. Forces beyond your control intervene. Now, what I do want to say is Spirit never block. Spirit never, ever, ever block. But Spirit are intuitively nudging you to be focused on you. And I feel like that's what you're listening to. So Spirit aren't blocking this person from coming in. If you wanted to open the gates, they're your gates to open. However, you intuitively know not to allow them back in, or not to really give them a lot of your energy right now, or to be careful with them at least. And I feel like Spirit's kind of like guiding you to do that, or helping you understand why you want to do that. And I feel like that's what's kind of like stopping it as well, and repelling it backwards a bit. The back of the deck, we have I never know how to say this. Wyvern. Your secrets are safe. We have that at the back of the deck as well. That's what Spirit is saying to you, like, secrets are safe. This person, because I was saying, like, you want the Nikki cheat code. Come on, nice try. Like, your cheat code's your cheat code, and until you want to talk about how you got to the point that you're at, you don't need to spill it to anyone. This person's wanting to tap into your essence right now, but your essence is your own, and that's what Spirit's being really protective over about you right now. This person's trying to tug on your energy a little bit, and it's like, no, now's not the time. This person needs their energy, and that's why they're coming through to say your energy's safe with this card. And you chose the pyrite, which is a crystal of protection as well, which is interesting. Very interesting. So pile 4, that was your reading. That was very interesting. It took a completely different turn than what I thought it would, but I really enjoyed. So hit the thumbs up and comment down below if this resonated for you. I hope I was able to bring you clarity on this situation. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it resonated. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.